Hello everyone. Today we'll study about the strength and weakness of present evaluation system. But before starting, we must know what does the term evaluation means. The term evaluation means assessing how effectively the teaching learning process have been carried out and how much of the taught part the students have gained. They are provided marks according to their learning. Now, moving on to the topic, the first thing we must know about is the present evaluation system. The present evaluation system that is carried out in India is CCE pattern. It is a process of assessment mandated by the Right to Education Act of India in 2009. It consists of four formative assessments and two summative assessments. That is, the students have to give four formative tests and two summative tests. These summative tests are long written tests. Next, the marks were replaced by grades on a scale of 1 to 10. The students were provided marks on a scale of 1 to 10 instead of the students were provided grades on a scale of 1 to 10 instead of marks. The system is mostly till class 10th. The system of CCE pattern is mostly till class 10, but in 2017 the CCE system was cancelled for the students appearing in class 10th boards exam for 2017 to 18, bringing back compulsory annual board of exam and removing formative and summative assessments under the remodeled assessment pattern. Now, what are the saline features of this CC pattern? The first is the marks were replaced by grades that were evaluated through a series of curricular and extracurricular evaluation. As a part of the system, students were given grades instead of marks, which were evaluated based on the curricular as well as the extracurricular activities that were carried out during the session. The students were asked to do various types of activities that were not a part of their academics, which helped them in grooming of their talents. The next is decrease the workload on students. The aim of the pattern the aim of the evaluation system was to decrease the workload on a student by means of continuous evaluation, by taking a number of small tests throughout the year in place of a single test at the end of the academic program. The next is emphasis was laid on extracurricular activities too, apart from academics. The grades that were provided to them were based on work experience skill, innovation, steadiness, teamwork, public speaking behavior, etc., to evaluate and present an overall measure of a student's ability. So the result that was given to the students at the end of the session was consisted of not only the academics but also extracurricular activities that was a part of the curriculum. Next, the students who were weak in academics can groom up their other talents. The students who were academically weak, this pattern of evaluation was quite good for them, as they can show their talents in other fields such as arts, music, sports, humanities, athletics, and many more. Now, talking about the examination patterns, how the exams were carried out. The examination pattern, there were two types of tests. The first one was formative test and a summative test. There were four summative tests, four summative assessments that were carried out during the whole session, and two summative assessments that were carried out. The formative assessment test comprised of a student's work at class and home, the students' performances in oral tests and quizzes, and the quality of projects that they had to submit during in the form of assignments during the session. uh, Formative tests were conducted 4 times in an academic session, and each of them carried a weightage of 10% aggregate for the results. Uh, uh, the talking about the summative assessment is a 3-hour long test, long written test conducted twice in a year. The first summative assessment will be conducted after first two summative assessments. First summative assessment will be conducted after first two formative assessments were complete, and the second summative assessment would be conducted after the next two formative assessments have been completed. Each summative assessment, the syllabus of one summative assessment is not repeated in the second summative assessment, and each summative assessment comprised a weightage of 30%, and both the summative assessment forming an aggregate of 60% in the result. The summative assessment was conducted in this is conducted in the school itself. However, the question paper that is designed is prepared partially by CBSE, and evaluation of answer sheet is also strictly monitored by the CBSE. Once the syllabus is complete, once completed, the syllabus of one summative assessment is not repeated in the second summative assessment. Now, talking about the result, the board had instructed the schools to prepare a report cards at the end of the session. The result must be an aggregate of all the tests conducted during the session. That is, the 4 summative assessment that makes up a total of 40%. That the result will be consisting of 40% of the formative assessment marks, and of 10%, meaning 10% of each formative assessment, and the 60% will be 30% of the summative assessment first and 30% of summative assessment second. The grades were not solely awarded on the basis of academics, but the co-curricular activities such as sports, quizzes, projects, and many more that were conducted during the session were also kept in mind while giving the students the grade. Now, the result is processed by adding formative assessment score to summative assessment score. That is 40% of the formative assessments and 60% of the summative assessment, forming a total of 100%. Now, let us have a review of the grading pattern that was being conducted. So, grade A1 were provided to the students who had the marks in the range of 91 to 100. That is, the grade point that was awarded to them was 10. The students with 9 grade point had their marks ranging between 81 to 90, and the grade provided to them was A2. Similarly, B1 grade was provided to the students having a marks range of 71 to 80, and and were given the grade point 8. Students having marks between 61 to 70 were given grade B2 and grade point 7. Students having marks range between 51 to 60 were given grade point 6, and the grade was that was awarded to them was C1. C2 grade was given to students having marks 41 to 50, and the grade point that was given to them was 5. Similarly, D grade was given to students having marks range between 33 to 40, and grade point was given to them 4. Even grade was given to the students having marks range between 21 to 32, and the grade point that was awarded to them was 3. 2 2 grade points were awarded to the students having their marks between 0 to 20, and the grade that was given to them was E2. Now, talking about the strength of CCE pattern, there are various advantages of CCE pattern if we look into. The first one that we can see is identifies continuous learning progress of students. The CCE pattern explores, identifies the continuous learning progress of students on smaller content portion on a regular basis. There is evaluation on a continuous basis, that is the formative assessment and the summative assessment that are conducted on a regular interval of time. This helps in identifying the learning progress of the students. Next is recognizes the learning needs of academically weak students. The pattern also recognizes as well as deals with the certain needs of those students who are not academically sound. It helps them. It helps them in. It helps in engaging them in co-curricular and extracurricular activities, and instead of focusing largely on academics. The third one is reduces pressure. The pattern encourages the students to the pattern divides the huge syllabus or syllabus of CBSE into small portions and reduces the enormous pressure of studying on the students. Next is holistic education. CCE pattern leads to holistic education, which calls for overall student development on various aspects. We can also understand it by saying that the co-curricular activities are grooming up the talents of the students, so it helps in their holistic development. The next is better and well-informed choices of subject. CCE exam scheme allows students to make better and well-informed choice of subjects in class 11th, depending on their academic performances. Depending upon their academic performances, their liking and their interest. Next is encourages learning. The CCE pattern also encourages the learning of students by including new teaching techniques and methods. The last one is encourages participation in co-curricular activities. Not only this, CCE scheme also encourages additional life skills, emotional skills, and thinking abilities, including long text reading, which means the students are asked to inculcate the habit of novel reading. Similarly, it also focuses on participation in extracurricular activities that helps them in knowing about their talents and their strengths. So there are a lot more advantages of CC in a system that helps in reducing the stress and pressure to perform amongst the student. However, everything comes with its own pains, and so does the CCE pattern of evaluation. So let us know about the weakness of CCE pattern. The first is grading system. The biggest disadvantage of CCE pattern is the grading system. The grading system keeps the students that are having marks ranging that are having marks 90 and 99 in the same category, that is A plus grade. There is no segregation, and thus the students having marks 90 and 99 are kept in the same category. The second is increased burden. A lot of people and students argue that the CCE makes the students take uh, sorry the CCE pattern increases the burden on the students. It is because the continuous evaluation, the internal exams that are conducted continuously, uh, increases the pressure on the students. Uh, increases the pressure on the students, and thus is increasing burden on them. The next one is possibility of favoritism. uh, uh, as we know, the internal exams are evaluated by the school teachers, which means that there is a huge possibility of favoritism amongst the students. Next is dependency on internet. Talking about the dependency on internet, the students are given projects and many more activities that they had to do. What they do is simply just copy it from the net, and they do not gain anything from it that counts into their knowledge. So the endless projects and the students dependency on internet is hampering their creativity in a way, with no outside knowledge. Next is boards are taken lightly. Uh, Many people find that CCE makes the students take boards lightly, uh, which adds up to them not studying too well, or not studying up to the mark they need to study. Next is incomplete syllabus. A lot of activities that are conducted by the school during the session leads to the incomplete syllabus. Each and every activity that is conducted, um, it that is conducted during the session adds up not adds up to not syllabus not being completed in time. So that's all about the weaknesses of CCE pattern. Thank you.